What's up, everybody? Here we are in my new garage. Got the lights done, got the concrete done. Sadly, the RX-7 is still sitting, but today we're going to be unboxing an E36 turbo kit that I got off of eBay. So I bought this kit off of Amazon actually, but it's still an eBay company. It was $680. It's made by EM USA, which I'm actually very pleased with their products. I've ran their wastegates before with no issues. So let's get this unboxed and take a look at what it all comes with and the quality of the product. So right now I've been drifting the stock powered black E36 that I've featured in a bunch of videos. I'm having issues getting the RX-7 running. I'll cover that in another video. So my plan for the upcoming drift season is I bought a E36 convertible and I'm gonna cage that, do all my angle mods and suspension mods that I'm used to. And I bought a EM USA turbo kit and that's what's gonna go on the car. I'm gonna do head studs, maybe a head gasket, not sure yet, upgraded clutch, and go from there. So to start, here we have the log turbo manifold. And to be honest, I'm actually really happy with the quality of the product. All the runners go up in size. It looks like half the cross-sectional thickness of the other pipe, which is kind of what you want. Inside the collector, hard to see, but it's all smooth contours. The machine work on the flanges look decent. The flange itself down here, I checked it with a straight edge, it's straight. So as far as that's concerned, you get the log manifold. Looks like it comes with a turbo gasket and hardware, as well as the engine gaskets. I know this box, once again, I've gotten plenty of these wastegates before. They work great. I didn't get to pick my color when I ordered it, and it looks like it comes with the different springs to adjust your wastegate pressure. Trying to see if the firing is in here. It's not in this box, so hopefully it's in another box. If not, I have extra firings. Moving on from the wastegate, I have this white box, which appears to be oil drain line. Looks like we have a bung to be welded into the pan, AN fittings, the flange off the turbo. This looks like the oil feed line, as well as we have a exhaust flange, which looks like it'll probably come off the back of the turbo. So you can weld to that to make an exhaust. And nothing else in that box. We got this little box, which I assume is going to be the turbo timer. Yep. So that's turbo timer. I'm probably going to install this just because it'll help at the track. Leave the car running to cool down after doing a run. And yeah, turbo timer. We got a nice medium-sized box here. Looks like that's definitely our fuel pressure regulator. Has a gauge on it, as well as some vacuum lines, some vacuum fittings. Yep, so fuel pressure regulator comes in the kit. Once again, it's EM USA, so I trust it. I know this box, and as you can tell by the lettering, this is going to be the blow-off valve. Once again, I've run these before. I've had no problem with them. The vacuum line I usually just throw out, get some good stuff. Same with the vacuum fittings. I just don't trust the cheap plastic ones. But there's the blow-off valve. Comes with the flange. I wonder if they give you a silicone tee to attach this to the piping. I will definitely just cope it and weld it to the piping. And we'll get to that piping in a little bit. Got a little white box here. Looks like fuel pump. Got the fuel pump, connector, and a pickup sock. This is one of the pieces I'm not sure if I'm gonna use in the build. I might just run like a Walbro 255. This is one of those parts that's the thing with these eBay kits is some parts I'm not sure if I trust them. Fuel delivery being one of the main things. It's something that could really mess up your engine if it fails. So, but there it is. That's what comes in the kit. Another little white box. What we got in here? Looks like some vacuum hose. Manual boost controller. Comes with fittings and everything. Even comes with a check valve. That's nice. So manual boost controllers are a pretty simple thing. Easy to use. Not much to go wrong with them. However, I'm going to be running micro squirt, so I'll have an electronic boost controller. Now for the one that's the coolest part of the kit for most people. It's the turbo. We also got, looks like turbo gasket, oil feed and return gaskets, as well as the exhaust gasket. Got some instructions here. Read through that, maybe, probably not. Throw that in the trash. Turbo. So here is the turbo. As well with the turbo, we got some exhaust studs. Probably not going to use those. I'd rather use exhaust bolts. But let's check out the construction of this. T3, T4. Looks, decent. Looks like a turbo. I would say one of the most important things with an eBay turbo, they've come a long way in how well they work over the past couple of years. But one of the biggest things is you gotta leave your car running a little bit after you're done with a pull or a run, and make sure that that turbo has time to let the oil circulate through to cool off. But it looks like it's gonna be a nice size for a boosted E36 for drifting. I don't wanna be waiting around forever for turbo lag, so this should be a good setup for the build. And now on to the last two big boxes. Could have called this one out. Looks like we got some intercooler piping and some silicone couplers. Looks like your standard EMUSA intercooler kit. Let's see if they give us any T-bolt clamps. They do. They actually look like the good T-bolt clamps, so that's a good sign. Anything else in here? No, looks like we got 2 1.5 straight pieces, 2 90s with a 6-inch leg, and looks like there's 2 45s in there as well. So just your standard EMUSA turbo kit. I've run these plenty of times, use the intercoolers. Those are great as well. Speaking of the intercooler, let's get that open. How to drop your intercooler. So here's the intercooler. It's a pretty decent size. Looks like they gave us some threaded ports there to make some tabs to mount this thing. Welds, not as good as what I can do, but probably seals up just fine. And the corner looks a little sloppy, but it's not a pretty weld, but it'll work. As I was setting this up for the final shot, I actually realized they even give you the brackets for the intercooler, so that makes mounting it pretty easy. All right, so in closing, here's everything laid out. Once again, we'll just run through it again. Intercooler, turbo, all sorts of gaskets, turbo timer, manual boost controller, fuel pump, various intercooler piping, clamps, and silicone couplers. We got the oil feed and return line, blow-off valve flange, exhaust flange, fuel pressure regulator and fittings, wastegate, extra springs and fittings, as well as a log manifold. Now here's the thing with eBay turbo kits. Are you gonna be able to buy this and slap it on your car and make boost? No, it is not complete. It doesn't come with injectors. It doesn't come with an ECU, tuning software. You're gonna need to tune your car if you boost it. But is it a good start? Yes. For the price, is it worth it? After unboxing and look at the quality of everything, I will say yes. Obviously, once it's on the car, I can do a year later review, see what it gets put through. I'm gonna be thrashing on it because it's going in my drift car. One of the things that makes it better for somebody like me is I can do fabrication. It doesn't come with an exhaust, but that doesn't matter to me because I can build my own exhaust. The intercooler piping. Can you cut and piece together intercooler piping with just silicone couplers and the piping? Yes, you can. Does it look like crap? Usually it does. Thankfully, I weld aluminum, so I can weld pipes together and make it actually, look half decent. And one major thing I'm actually thinking about now is there's actually no way to attach the blow-off valve to the intercooler piping with what it comes with. If you don't know how to weld, you'll probably have to get a silicone T that goes from one pipe to another pipe with a T off of it that will go to this bottom side of this flange, so you can then bolt the blow-off valve to it. So I'm happy with it. It was 680 bucks. Everything looks good quality for that price. For me, putting it in a turbo car just to thrash around a drift track until the RX-7's running, I think it's gonna work great. So with that, if you want to see more videos of any of this stuff, let me know in the comments down below. Please subscribe, and we'll check you in the next video.